This video shows how to build a 28 pocket leather phone wallet. The exterior starts with an 8-inch by 16-inch wallet back, and the parts are attached to it. A large raised inline pull tab with a large strap keeper on the front, a strap handle on the back, and raised inline wear leather parts are added for durability and strength, as well as decoration. The interior starts with a pigskin lining along the inside of the wallet back, and the pockets are sewn into sections before sewing them onto the back. The left side section has 3 pigskin lined 4x8-inch cash or document pockets, 12 horizontal card pockets, and 5 vertical card pockets. The right side section has 1 more document pocket, 5 more vertical pockets, 1 molded leather foam pocket with a lined pigskin lid, and an ID pocket on top for added strength. I like to use vegetable tan saddle leather, which is also called tooling leather or natural strap leather, which takes a while to get to me, so I need to plan the delivery of the building materials before I can start. When I order strap leather, I have a few sides split to 3 to 4 ounces for wallet backs and molded parts, and a few sides split to 2 to 3 ounces for interior pockets. I also like to have a few sides of pigskin ordered for a thin but very durable lining leather, and make sure I will have enough shop supplies like thread, glue, and dye. Then, starting from the drawing board, I use the AutoCAD program because it is easier than drafting on a table and more accurate. And I can set my line type to dashes spaced 5 millimeters or 3/16 of an inch for accurate stitches, draw my stitching seams 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and add my artwork to visualize how the wallet will function and look in real life. Since there are a lot of pockets, it is essentially a few small wallets stitched together and transported as a unit, so how they will be assembled are important details to include in your pattern pieces. I like to laser cut MDF for wet molds, and like to print 1/8 of an inch acrylic for cutout templates to trace around with a hobby knife. I like this method for cutouts because the sturdy acrylic pattern parts are also excellent layout tools to help keep the parts organized, lined up so they can be attached square. Also, when I make wet molds, I need to take into consideration how the leather will expand and contract with moisture. So the acrylic templates and tool guides are measured so they will fit around the parts when they are bone dry. Before assembly, the cutouts are stitch marked and dyed, then the edges are beveled or skived, and the flesh side is coated with acrylic or lined. The pockets are glued and stitched in place one at a time. It is a good idea to flatten the seam with a leatherworker's hammer so there is less chance of the cards catching the thread. And when gluing, clamping to a flat surface with electrical clips will help keep the part square. Also, it is a good idea to add at least 1/8 of an inch on either side of the card pocket attachment tabs so they can be trimmed flush after gluing. The colors of EcoFlow dye used here are charcoal black and range tan. They were applied with a small sponge and an airbrush. Edge paint works best when the surfaces are smooth, so after trimming, sand the parts flush, bevel the edges, and burnish smooth to get the best results. Edge paints are used to protect and strengthen the exposed natural edges of leather, and the colors used here are black and clear. And it is easier to finish the hard to get at areas before the pieces are stitched into position. To assemble this wallet, the lining and wear leather are glued in around a curve, then stitched into place. This technique creates a contoured shape, making the wallet recoil into a closed position after it is used. Another technique is to sandwich a piece of leather slightly smaller than the top and bottom so the seam bends around it, which is called raised and lined. This technique is particularly useful on areas of the highest wear like the friction catch on this pull tab. Since the bottom half of the pull tab will be attached to the wallet back, the seam on the top finger-friendly part can be bent and stitched into a more comfortable and decorative curved shape. Saddle leather is very stiff at first, but will soften over time as it is used, especially if the wallet is taken care of by avoiding moisture and protecting the surface of the leather by applying a little leather conditioner. I use Fieving's eco-friendly line of products, which should be used in a well-ventilated environment, and you should be wearing a mask when spraying chemicals into the air with an airbrush. Saddle leather will also stretch slightly and droop to the shape of the cards as the card pockets are used. So the pockets need to be snug to hold the cards, but not so tight that the cards will break. This very durable, handmade wallet is perfect for a business environment.